کبوترم هوایی شدم ببین عجب گدایی شدم دعای مادرم.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Howza Life, the show where we discuss what life is really like here in the Howza, in the Holy City of Qom.
This is my husband, Muzaffer and Syeda, well known as the Biscuit Guy.
And this is my wife, Syeda Fatima Ali. By giving you an insight into our lives, we hope to show you what life is like from leaving from our homes back in the West and arriving here in Qom. We'd like to congratulate all the mu'mineen out there on this auspicious occasion of Eid al-Ghadir, the fateful day where the Holy Prophet declared Imam Ali to be his rightful successor and vicegerent.
So Eid Mubarak to you all. We are just two ordinary people. My husband, he grew up in England.
And my wife grew up in Canada.
But it was the message of the Holy Prophet and his successors, the Ahlul Bayt, and their path that inspired us to come here to Qom and study.
In the Holy Quran it says, "This day have I perfected for you your religion and completed my favor on you and chosen for you Islam as a religion." And it's because of the beauty of that message that we decided to venture out into the unknown.
Okay, so basically today is Eid al-Ghadir and we're here at the shrine of Bibi Masma Qom. You can see how beautiful it is, and this is one of the reasons we came to Qom.
But serving such a cause comes with its own sacrifices.
Sure thing.
And as you will have guessed, our parents and family members were very anxious about us leaving the comfort of our homes and venturing out to a place like Iran.
They had loads of horrible thoughts in their mind.
I mean, like, where are you going to stay?
Like, what about your traveling?
Who's going to look after you?
You don't even know their language. But Alhamdulillah, because we wanted to spread the message of the Holy Prophet, the message that the Holy Prophet declared on Eid al-Ghadir, we put our trust in Allah and made a leap of faith. And as it says in the Holy Quran, those who help the cause of Allah, Allah will help them too.
Indeed. And when we arrived, I'm not going to lie, it wasn't easy.
No.
We stepped through the door of our new house. Of course, the Howza provides accommodation for the new students here. But when we entered the house, there was no light,
No electricity,
no water.
no gas,
The ground was covered in a thin layer of cement.
so we had to do a lot of work.
But alhamdulillah, we were able to remedy all of that. But before we show you any of that, we want to go to one of our viewers who has a question and is interested in studying in the Howza.
My name is Sarah and I'm from Canada. My question to you is, what is the food like in Iran? Do you get the normal Indian spices there? Also, how easily accessible is the food to the Howza students? And do you have a budget you have to work under? What about dining out? Is that something that's done very often, or is it something that's very expensive?
Excellent question.
There's something you should know about us.
We need our spices.
We need our masala.
Like adrak lesson.
We need our adrak lesson. We need our mirchi.
Like,
We
I
gotta
need to make
admit it.
biryani,
Yeah,
right?
We need our biryani. I need my dahi bari.
I can't cook without these ingredients.
Now, I've already been here 2 years, so for me, I already had a little bit of experience about the food here in Iran. So, Syeda, I'd like to ask you a question. I mean, what do you think of the food here, like when it comes to finding spices, for example?
Well, I think that people in our country, like in the Western countries, they think that when you come to Qom, you won't find any Indian spices, like all the ones we mentioned, like adrak lesson, mirchi, haldi, and all that. And they think we won't find like a lot of good vegetables. We won't find anything.
Auntie was like, "Arey bichara, isko masala nahi milenga." She was like really worried
Yeah,
about
they were
us.
worried that how am I going to make food? And my in-laws and my mother and all of them, they said, why don't you carry a suitcase of spices?
Yeah.
And we both were like, should we?
They were telling us to spend an
Yeah.
extra 100 quid just so that we can take a whole suitcase full of achar.
But then when we came here, the best thing was we found like loads of shop full of spices.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So it's not just about the spices though, it's everything. Like all the ingredients that you need, vegetables and meat. The meat, obviously, I gotta admit, is kind of expensive here in Iran. We're on a budget as students here. But the other ingredients, like vegetables...
Vegetables are really cheap here. I think approximately 30,000 tomorrow. We got vegetables for like 3 weeks.
3 weeks worth of vegetables.
That's really cheap.
Yeah, and we just stock them away in our house, alhamdulillah. So
And I froze them because when you freeze vegetables, they stay for a longer time.
Now, the best thing by far about the food here in Iran is...
everything is halal,
Everything's
which you don't
halal.
find in Western countries. For example, when in Canada or UK, when you go there, you have to find out that if this meat is halal. But here, every burger is halal, like all the burgers.
You can step into any fast food
You
joint
don't have to think about it.
back in the UK or America or Canada or wherever you're from in the West and even the East for that matter, and you'll always have to be picky and choosy about what you eat. But over here in Iran, you get that sense of freedom where you can just walk into any shop and buy anything you want and eat it. Because
We
most
even-
of the people here are Muslim anyway.
We even have the matters of gelatin
Oh yeah.
in jellies. Here you can eat marshmallows as well.
The sweets here are so
They're
nice.
really nice.
When you turn over that packet and it just says halal beef gelatin, it's just like not that you can't find those things in the West, but over
But
here
It's
everything
hard
is
to
like
find.
that.
You can't trust every place there.
What do you think of those fresh juice places?
Oh, those fresh juices are amazing. It's so refreshing.
And the carrot juice. Now, carrot juice might sound nasty, but
I don't like it.
okay, you didn't like it, but it's so good. In Iran, the carrots don't taste like carrots. They taste really sweet.
He told me that they don't add any sugar into the fruits, right?
No, they don't add any fruit.
Yes.
So they just blend it and give it to you
Yeah.
right there, and it's just so refreshing when you drink
So what are you having?
It wasn't nice. It's shatut. I usually get something nice. I thought I'd try something new.
And it's quite cheap. It's not expensive.
It's about 3,000 tuman,
That's not
which
even.
is 30,000 riyals.
That's nothing. That's not even cents. That's not even some cents.
Don't worry, inshallah, we have a question about the currency and how the money, everything like that works, and we'll discuss that in a later episode, inshallah.
It's a very good thing I noticed at restaurants is the ladies, they work at the counter, and the men, they work as the waiters. That's
Yeah.
really cool. I've never seen that
Actually,
somewhere.
yeah, I noticed that as well.
Yeah.
Like, back in the West, the waitresses are usually women.
Yeah.
Over here, the waiters are all men.
Just like at the airplanes, the air hostess or the ladies.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Iran, like, usually you'll see that the men are the ones who are, going to each table and giving them the food and stuff. Whereas the women, like,
Take
have
the
more of a-
orders and
yeah,
they-
they just take the orders.
Yeah.
They have a more dignified position, behind the counter.
Basically, we've come to a fast food restaurant and we had a cheeseburger and a chicken grill. And it was really nice. As you can see, we're done. It's completely done. I'm having this lemon drink. It's called Heyday.
And it's really nice to just go to a restaurant and sit together and enjoy a meal once in a while. But in the budget of a student, you can't really afford to do that every day.
The really good thing that I've never seen in any other country is free water. When you go to a bank and like it's really hot outside, and when you come inside, it's really cool.
Especially when it's
And,
really, really
yeah.
hot outside, and then you
Free
walk
water.
into that. It's sometimes in a bank, sometimes in other public places like the haram. If you go to a
Oh, the
masjid,
haram.
there'll always be like free, fresh, cold water for you to drink, and it's just really
And it's really
nice.
hygienic.
A bit of advice: if you come to Qom, it makes you really thirsty. You get really, really thirsty, and I think you're noticing that.
We try to carry our own water bottles when we go outside.
Yeah, it like back in England, even if it's summertime, even if it's really hot, and I've been to Dubai. You've lived in Dubai for a
Yeah.
while as well, and Arabia as well. You don't get that thirsty, but Qom is notoriously the air is notoriously dry. Oh, and the tap water is salty.
You can't drink from
A lot of
tap water
people-
here.
Yeah, a lot.
I think the first day I came, I was used to drinking tap water. I just drank from tap water.
Did you notice
Yeah,
that it was?
I was like, why does the water taste so bad?
It's
It
salty.
wasn't bad, but it's really salty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we have time for today. If you have a question of your own, do please send it to us. Just record a short clip of yourself asking the question, and inshallah we can answer it in the show.
You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Telegram, and you can email us at us.
And you can see our contact details coming up at the bottom of the screen right now. Do remember though, if you do send us your question, try and make it no more than 15 seconds. Eid Mubarak
Eid Mubarak.
and
Assalamu
Assalamu alaikum.
alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.